one more thought, I lose manpower, everybody walks away with something. So be sure to stay tuned to True TV for your MegaFest 2017 exclusive.
First thing I want to do is to again welcome you on behalf of AARP. I am James Dotson. I am a senior advisor with our Multicultural Leadership Department from our national office. We're delighted to have an opportunity to be with you this afternoon. We are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that focuses on helping people to improve the quality of their lives who are 50 years of age and older. And an important part of our work in that arena is caregiving, which is why we wanted to be a part of this panel this afternoon. You also received a Prepare to Care handbook here, which is also another part of the resources that we have, and we want to make those available to you as well. I want, before I introduce our panelists, to give you just 3 brief points. The first is some acknowledgments. I want to thank LaToya Dennis and her colleagues with the MegaFest team for all of their work in coordinating our sponsorship and making it possible for us to be here. I also want to thank my colleagues from AARP who played very important roles in making this day possible, and especially those who are here with me at MegaFest. From the national office, my colleagues Joe, Connie, Algeria, and Paul, and from our Texas state office, Susan, and a host of other volunteers. Of their 2 churches, New Shield of Faith Worship Center in Atlanta, Georgia, and Spread the Word Ministries in College Park, Georgia. For all of these individuals, there's much more that I could say, but then we wouldn't have much time for the panel, so I'm going to keep each introduction brief. Let me move on now to Chris Walker. Chris Walker got his start in the church as a member of his family gospel group, the Walker Brothers. Chris was afforded the opportunity to play with such jazz greats as Ornette Coleman, Art Blakey, Bob James, Jimmy Heath, Cassandra Wilson, and countless others. His musicianship also garnered him a position as the musical director for Regina Bell. And he also realized his longtime dream to work with 7-time Grammy Award winner Al Jarreau. In 2014, Chris created MegaFest, a nonprofit organization that raises scholarship funds for deserving high school for the performing and visual arts students going to the New York School for Jazz and Contemporary Music in New York. Our brother Will Downing's voice is one of the most distinctive in R&B. Downing's sensibilities have proven to be timeless and have garnered him the role as the reigning king of romantic ballads. In 2016, Black Pearls was released, which was Downing's first full-length album in 6 years. Black Pearls exemplifies the caliber of this talented brother that has long been associated with his music. An accomplished composer in his own right, Downing takes on the ultimate challenge on Black Pearls as he reinvigorates chart-topping gems originally performed by some of the greatest female voices to grace R&B. While remaining true to the essence of the songs, Downing transformed them with the sweet nuances of his own irresistible signature sound. And finally, my brother Fred Hammond. For more than 35 years, music lovers around the world have known him as a 38. Okay, brother, you're right. We'll make sure we don't miss nothing here. Okay. For more than 38 years, my brother, music lovers around the world have known this Grammy, Stellar Dove, and NAACP award-winning artist as a gifted vocalist, songwriter, musician, producer, and arranger. But as his peers and supporters alike have so reverently declared, Hammond is without debate the architect behind the creation of a phenomenon in Christian music, urban praise and worship, a genre of music that did not exist prior. Beyond Hammond's individual successes, his achievements as CEO of Face to Face Productions and the F. Hammond music label are also notable. Since their inception, Hammond has served as producer on more than 100 album projects, racking up numerous awards and nominations, including the Grammy, BET, NAACP, Image, Stellar Dove, GMWA Excellence Awards. Now again, as I mentioned, I could go on for pages and pages, but we want to be here about caregiving. So we're going to transition now.
It has many faces. It can be young, it can be older, and a lot of times, quite often, it's devastating. From my own self, I dealt with getting a diagnosis of having a brain tumor in 2009. And you can imagine what I was going through. It was the beginning of, I had done my first gospel record. And in 25 years of being in R&B, I had never, ever missed a gig, ever. Never been late, was always about the business. And here it is now. I have a tour set up. My song is #2 on the charts, and I got to cancel everything because I have to go into immediate surgery. The surgery that was supposed to take one surgeon took 6. It was supposed to take 2 hours. It took 8 hours. And so, you know, so much so to the point where my mom and my husband didn't even know if I was still alive. And so the surgery took so long and I bled so much that they had to close me up and finish the surgery 6 months later. In 10 months, it took me to learn how to walk again.
No, you're 56 going on 58. But no, she said basically everything, and I don't have to repeat it. You know, all of us up here, unfortunately, are professionals at this, and we were thrown into it. We were thrown into it, not something we would have chose. I would have not chose to be a caregiver. If you ask me, that's just not my thing. I like music. I like doing other stuff. But I took care, my mother was a caregiver for my grandmother. And it was something to see this beautiful woman who was as humble as the lamb. And, you don't even think about the little things. You don't think about the little things like I had to take my 78-year-old grandmother. She lost her leg. They hadn't amputated it. But we had to take her, my brothers and I would take her to the bathroom. And we had to help her pull her undergarments down. And I saw her constantly looking down. And you don't even know what that means, it feels like. I know a lot of you out there are caregivers, and you have to sit there because she would fall off the toilet. And we just say, my grandma, it's okay. It's all right, we're good. helping her up and down the steps. Then my mom had a stroke. All healthy all her life, ate great, made her own like salad dressing and stuff. You know, she sold vitamins, but she didn't like doctors, and she was in the healthcare position, and she went to the doctor at stage 4 breast cancer, and she also had a brain tumor. From a closed head injury, she got thrown from a car 20 years ago, and they said 20 years from now, you're probably going to have some issues. She prayed, and we all prayed, and the issues came.
Well, my name is Chris Walker, and I have to share something with y'all. Don't get too close to me because I have something that's fairly contagious, and it's actually called positive energy. And I'm telling you, you have to have it when you're in the caregiving business. And I took care of my father. He passed away 2 years ago. And I watched, of course, Mr. Al Jarreau pass away earlier this year. But for me, I've never been in the hospital. I've never been sick a day in my life. So I thank God for being healthy and being in a position to be able to care for my father. My mother passed away in 1997 from cancer. So when my father started taking ill, I called a family meeting and said, here's the game plan. This is what we're going to do. And I'm a firm believer that you have to be proactive instead of reactive, because you can think better, think clearer. So, the family got together and everybody said, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, boom, boom, boom. And all of a sudden, as time went on, I looked around. And I was like, I would get a phone call up. I can only do an hour today. Sorry, I can't make it today. Now, I'm traveling the world, touring and doing what I have to do. And at some point, I had to stop because my father needed 24 hours around the clock care. So what I decided to do, after everybody who said they would be there was nowhere to be found, I said, you know what, God? You assigned this to me, and I'm going to take care of it. So you know what I did? I moved in with my father. Y'all see this on my finger? It was almost thrown in the ocean somewhere. Because my wife didn't understand. And it put her in a position, and it seemed like I chose my father over her. Now, anybody ever been in that position before? And so what I decided to do, against, my wife being upset with me, I moved in with him and cared for him every single day. I took him to all of the doctor's appointments, all of the rehab, his baths, all of his food, all of his medications, you name it, everything. Because I said, one day I'm going to be in this position.
My name is Will Downing. I'm a recording artist like everyone here on the stage. Get out of here. I won't even try.
Hey, Will, not the sexy thing right now.
My name is Will.
Keep it focused.
I'm a recording artist.
We'll do a sexy caregiver.
My story is not really about being a caregiver, though my parent lost my father about 2 years ago, and we were a caregiver for him. But he passed away at 89. My mom is 80. Oh, she's 89. Yeah, and we take care of her. But my story is more about being cared for. Prior to 2007, I was a recording artist that had a very vibrant career. I was doing okay for myself. In the year 2007, I found myself slowing down a lot. My parents always told me, why don't you slow down a little bit? I understand, I'm making this money, y'all. I'm making this paper. I gotta get this paper. Well, baby, you're looking a little tired. You really need to slow down. Ma, I got it, Dad. I got it. My wife telling me, slow down, Dad. Quiet, gotta pay these bills. I got Williams, I don't have bills. Bills are short. I got Williams, the full length Williams. You got the joke now, right? Okay, I got Williams at my, I got 3 kids, college, all of that. I found myself slowing down quite a bit, and also found myself not being able to do some of the little things that we take for granted. For me, shaving my head. I was having a hard time lifting my arm just to shave my head. Putting on a belt was becoming difficult. Getting up out of a chair was difficult. I was losing a lot of weight. But things were going on in my life and I couldn't understand. And I'm a hard-headed black man. And I see people of the other color in the audience, it's no disrespect, but I'm a hard-headed black man. I do not like going to the doctor. Did not like it in any way, shape, or form, so I didn't go. In 2007, one day I was taking my wife and my daughter to the movies, and I'm driving along, and I see a parking spot over to my right. I said, let me go park over there. All of a sudden, I'm so weak, I can't turn the steering wheel.
You ready?
All right, we're here live at MegaFest. Yours truly, the voice, D.L. Marshall, and I am with Edna Kane Williams, and she is the Senior Vice President of Multicultural Leadership with AARP. And we got a chance to go in on just yesterday and understand with the panel that you had with Regina Bell, Fred Hammons, Will Dinan, and Brother Chris. And so could you just enlighten our listeners on the importance of making sure that your health, your wellness is intact, and just some of the things that AARP is offering here at MegaFest.
Sure. So AARP, we're a big organization, 38 million members. We're a membership organization, but first and foremost, we care about the lives, the quality of lives of people over the age of 50. So yesterday, our caregiving session in Congress, fighting for health care, helping people live healthier lives, preparing for retirement, saving more. All of those issues are important for people over the age of 50. My job is to make sure that multicultural communities like African Americans benefit from what AARP has to offer.
Definitely. Now, one of the things that stuck out to me, Ms. Edna, was when we were listening and the difference between caregiving and receiving care. And what they spoke about, one was almost in hand with the other. At any given moment, at any given time, you could either be in need of caregiving or have to be the caregiver.
Right.
And what are some of the things and importance that you would like to push across to our viewers on today about with AARP getting that in order?
And I speak from personal experience. I buried my mom about 18 months ago. I was a caregiver for her for 6 years. Thank you. The most important thing is preparation. We often aren't prepared for the role. It's expensive. It takes time. It's difficult to work and care for someone. And like you said, a lot of times caregivers get more sick than the people they're caring for because they don't take care of themselves. So our caregiving initiative is giving people the tools, the access to information so that they can take care of themselves and take care of their loved ones. 46 million family caregivers in this country. It's only going to get bigger, so we have to be prepared.
Amen. Well, we are talking with Ms. Edna Kane Williams. She is the Senior Vice President right here at AARP's Multicultural Leadership, and we are here live at the MegaFest, Dallas, Texas. It's so much going on, but make sure you stop here at the MegaFest desk. We've stopped at the MegaFest at the AARP place, and with Ms.
Come
Williams.
on down.
Come on over. Make sure you get fed with a wealth of information. We thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Stopping by.
Once again, this is the voice, D.L. Marshall, for Concrete Truth TV, live Dallas, Texas, MegaFest.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are here at the International Faith and Family Film Festival, and the red carpet is about to begin. Our correspondent, J9, is ready to give you all the interviews of all your favorite celebrities. So, let's see what happens.
Hey Major, hi, I'm Jennifer with PRAISE95 and Concrete Truth TV. So what is your sound like?
What is my sound like? They say I'm a pop soul artist, but I'm influenced by Nat King Cole, the Rat Pack, Cab Calloway, Jackie Wilson, all the way to Mr. Donny Hathaway, Mr. Stevie Wonder, who happens to be a new mentor of mine. And you know, I pull from everything. I'm just a sound that's major.
Oh, beautiful sound, Major. Thank you for blessing us with that sound. All right, new here in the city. We're from Kansas City, so what's going on in Dallas?
Well, number one, I got to take Kansas City to get some real barbecue. Oh, all right. But hey, I'm gonna come to Kansas City, and when the Dallas Cowboys come and defeat the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right.
All right. Hey, we're Dallas Cowboy country.
Come have some of our barbecue.
Yeah, we'll do that. And it's such a great pleasure to have each and every one of you all here. And just jokingly about Kansas City, one of our most favorite cities, okay? Because the Kansas City Chiefs originated here in Dallas. the Kansas City Chiefs were the Dallas Texans, and then they moved to Kansas City. So I'm just giving you a little history. I learned you a little bit.
Thanks.
We want to welcome each and every one of you from all over the world to Dallas. This is our favorite, of course, city, our 9th largest. I'm the 60th mayor, but today I'm representing as Mayor Pro Tem because I currently serve as Mayor Pro Tem.
Missouri's in the building. Are you from Missouri?
Topeka, Kansas is Mama. St. Louis, Missouri is Daddy. El Bethel Baptist Church, that's Granddaddy and Uncle D.
No way. No way. 816 in the building.
St. Louis, Missouri.
What are you working on now?
Ray Donovan Season 5. Screening a movie here tonight called Never Heard. And then The List, directed by Damon Dash. I produced it with them. Will be out in theaters this fall.
What kind of movie is that?
The List is in the vein of Get Out. It's a drama horror thriller.
All right, you guys. This is Ryan on the red carpet.
Claudia Jordan, Damon Dash, myself, and a couple other cameos. Check us out.
Thank you.
Well, I portrayed Ricky Bellamy in this story. It was quite the experience. I got to do a lot. I got to grow up on screen. Like, I never been able to be like a man with a girlfriend, no matter a wife. She always says about that. So
it's coming.
We'll see.
It's in the make.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good.
So do you think that, after playing the movie, do you think you're starting to, wear his shoes?
What do you mean?
I mean, are people starting to recognize you as him?
I hope not. I hope that people recognize me as me. But
absolutely,
great thing when you portray a character so vividly and people stick with you for the entirety of that life of that film. So a couple people calling me his name. It's not too bad. I hope I can do more work so I can have my own.
I mean, you're your own person, but you played a great part.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
I feel like a lot of times people think that Los Angeles is a godless place, but God put these dreams in our hearts. And I think, we are subject to a lot of the realities of the impacts that being a part of the entertainment industry can do. And that is not always positive. But when you connect it to your purpose and the purpose that God gave you, it's the ultimate platform to do good.
That's awesome. So, what is your favorite gospel song?
My favorite gospel song is probably, is it Jonathan McReynolds? That is his name, right? Yes. Jonathan McReynolds, Pressure.
Okay now. All right, that's my thing.
Yes, Help Me Maintain.
Beautiful. That's the one. No, there it is. Where you are maintaining beautifully. You are beautiful. You're very well.
I received that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Okay, y'all. OMG, we got Blair Underwood. So, what do you got new going on?
What I got new? Well, first of all, I'm here to honor Miss Cicely Tyson, which I'm looking forward to doing tonight, and screening tonight at 9 p.m. my film, The Second Coming, that I shot 25 years ago, 2015.
Awesome!
Was recently inducted into the African American Museum at.
Congratulations!
So I'm very excited that we're going to be able to screen it here.
Awesome! Thank you so much for taking the time out. Girl, you are a bad woman.
Thank you so much.
What are you working on now?
So I have my single out. I'm promoting It's Good Woman and my album Already. I have a few opening tour dates with Charlie Wilson, Anthony Hamilton.
All right now.
So we're trying to get things together. I will be going on a tour of my own, promoting my own album, either in between those dates or afterwards. So working on a lot, working on a book, working on a series.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for standing up, woman power. Thank you.
Well, I'm in a real estate business, growing my real estate business, the whole entire platform. And so we're excited about what the future has in store for us. We are rocking our charity out, growing our charity and helping young people transition from high school into college as well. But we've been mentoring a number of kids since they were in the 7th grade. And so
awesome.
What we're doing.
Look like you're still winning. You got this beautiful eye candy.
Well, eye candy.
Beautiful.
I got a beautiful, intelligent African woman. And
there you go. Correct me.
Got a very good partner. So
thank you guys. Thank you so much.
And I am committed to supporting myself in the next generation with the hopes that their journey would be easier than mine. And if they shed one less tear than I did,
Hey, what's going on? I'm Monique Sheree for Concrete Truth TV. We are still here at the International Faith and Family Film Festival, and right now there's a panel discussion talking about building your brand. Let's take a look.
If you're a creative person, if you're an actress, singer, actor, writer, producer, and you don't have to necessarily live in Los Angeles, and that is the beauty of social media, that you can be wherever you are and be your own self-promoter. But YouTube is an amazing platform that allows you to post whatever your creative content is. You can get it out there, certainly sharing it across your social media platforms, but you never know who might be watching on the other end. Certainly Issa Rae and Justin Bieber are probably the two biggest examples of huge success stories who built their brands and built their creative foundation across YouTube, just creating their own content. Issa was posting her web videos on YouTube and other platforms, and certainly Justin was singing somewhere up in Canada, posting his songs on video when Usher and other people discovered him, and it's free. And I meet with a lot of young people, and I say, if you aren't promoting yourself, you don't necessarily need to hire me as a publicist. You can be your own publicist, your own marketer, your own promoter, and shape what your identity is free, as often as you like, as often as you don't like. And Instagram is another great tool. Again, you can just post your content and slowly build an audience. I certainly had understood the power of social media, but from working on Underground and certainly working with Ava DuVernay, who was one of the supreme marketers herself. She started off as a marketing executive and publicist before she became a filmmaker, but in her early films, she built her audience almost solely by reaching out and posting things on social media. She didn't have a budget for marketing posters or going around to different places and screening her content. She just slowly built an audience person by person by really engaging with them directly across her platforms, and has built this huge audience that now when you do have a marketing budget for Queen Sugar or for 13th or for her upcoming film A Wrinkle in Time, you have that audience that you've built over 10 years who can now follow you, but you now have other assets that you can share with them. So if you're a creative person and you're not on social media, you really need to, like Carl said, that is your homework, and you need to start something today, because it's so easy and it just doesn't cost anything to get in the game.
I have activity there. If I'm trying to reach a more mature audience, then I know it's Facebook, or Instagram. They're really spending more time in. So think about the intended audience as well, and kind of target your messages on that platform to them, or using content that resonates better on that particular platform. So for Snapchat, I think a lot of it's pictures and short videos. Same for Instagram, but for Facebook, you can do kind of longer posts, and I think people have a little more tolerance for longer form material on that particular platform. So anyway, that's another thing to consider.
Hey, what's going on? It's Monique Sheree again here for Truth TV. Right now, we're still at the International Faith and Family Film Festival, and we're going to take a peek into Tasha Smith's Actors Workshop. Let's see what's going on.
Excuse me.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, I've known her since I was like 10. How old? Oh my God! Wait till we talk, girl. Hi, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to MegaFest, okay? I want to see y'all. I just want to see y'all. I am doing awesome. I just flew in, okay? I was at Essence, and I had to do that because we had a T-Saw. No, what was I doing there? No, I was doing something with Walmart. I'm so because I flew in. Okay, this was what I'm doing. I was filming, directing Tales. Y'all know that show, Tales on BET, Irv Gotti show. So they asked me to come down and direct an episode. So I was the first female director that they had. And y'all know let me shut it down in Jesus' name, okay? Okay? And so, because I directed this show called When Love Kills, that's coming out on TV1. This is based on a true story. It's the Felicia Blakely story, When Love Kills. So that's coming out in September. So make sure y'all look at it because that movie is really good. It's really touching. You know, it's a tragic story that I feel we will all learn lessons from. But Irv Gotti saw it, and they were like, you know, we need some female energy down here on Tales. Who can we call? And they like Tasha Smith, okay? Because you know it's a bunch of guys. But anyway, so I was like the first chick coming out there, directed this episode. It was based on 99 Problems by Jay-Z. So I worked literally until 4:30 in the morning. We had a night shoot. So we got done at 4:30 in the morning. My flight left at 7:45. So imagine, 4:30 in the morning, I left, sat, had to get home, get my clothes finished packed, jump in the shower, walking out the door by 6, on the plane, and off to Essence by 7:45. And I did it. By the grace of God. And so, you know, it's something about our business that will help build up stamina. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a I can't do it. I can do all things in Jesus, okay? And when did it? Y'all wouldn't have known I didn't get no sleep, okay? God gave me the energy, gave me everything I needed right when I needed it. I had everything I needed and more. The second I stepped down up in Essence, and guess what? I got everything I need right now, okay? Yes, so thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity, Father God. I bless you. Why don't we just give him a moment of praise? Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Right? He is the Lord of this thing. Right? And our responsibility is being a good steward over what God has given us. Right? Like, we can't just say, oh, wake up, oh, I want to be an actor. Oh, I want to be an actor. Oh, I'm going to be in movies. You know, I'm going to be famous. And think that it's just going to come down out the sky, right? No matter what it is you do, you have to be a good steward over doing it. No matter what profession you're in, it takes work, right? You don't wake up and be a doctor. Right? You don't wake up and be an accountant. You don't just wake up and become anything. You got to work towards it. So you all being here, I believe it's you responding to that passion that's inside of you. So you're working towards it, and we're going to get some work done today. All right? And your art, creativity, you know. Because sometimes, especially when I speak at like Christian, like church stuff, and I have our church folk up in here, you know, and then they have this thing where we start really talking about what roles you can do, what roles you can't do, because you're so saved. You're just so saved. You know what I mean? You are so saved that you dare not play a thief. You dare not play a whore. You dare not play a man because you just so saved. Judge the character because the character's life may be before they get saved, if the character ever gets saved. You know what I mean? Just like your life before you knew Jesus, and some of y'all, why do you know him? Okay? Okay? If we real about it, right? But every character, you know, does not have the same spiritual perspective. That you're out of space and, you know, their ship looked like it wasn't going to make it, and so my character had to be afraid that she was never going to see her family again. And so when I was coaching with my acting teacher, and she was like, well, I don't really believe that you're really afraid, you know? Like, we got to tap into the fear. And you walk in the room, you know, you say hi to the lady, you sit down, and she says, are you ready? And you say, yeah, I'm ready. And then you go, hey, blah, 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 and then you just start acting. But you didn't come from nowhere. You didn't have no kind of moment before. You didn't have no kind of thought process that dropped you into a space
to help you as like a jump start into the scene. That's what the moment before is. Don't ever start a scene without a moment before. You desperately need a moment before you start a scene. Place it.
We got home and I went to bed. I woke up and heard I laughed about Sister Eula Mixed. I remember being with my father, and my father and I were working at the church. I was working with Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church down in Houston, Texas. Amos York, the pastor there. And there was a deacon named Everline. And he used to be forever line. He held up to his last name. He did that. Wait, 18 years, clean us over. 18 years. I'm loving this. Just had a birthday, I'm old school. I gotta stay. I can't be in this city too long. It's too hot. Too hot. I see the brother on the phone and with a fan on his shoulder. Come out and see. They said, "What's this?" I said, "Dinner." I don't know what's going on. I can't look at the news no more. There's too much bad news. I'm telling you what's wrong with America. First of all, we sending money overseas like we ain't gotta feed people here. You know what I'm saying? We got our own problems. And we need to stop crying.
This is the voice, D.L. Marshall, Concrete Truth TV, and we are here with the beautiful Miss Jewel Tankard. Yeah, and we're going to get a chance, if you're taking a few moments out of your busy schedule to speak with our viewers, what has been going on since we last got a chance to see you trying to keep everybody in order at the house?
I'm still trying to keep everybody together. No, but it's exciting. Like, all my babies are really growing, so I'm really excited about that. So I don't want to be a spoiler, but you guys will be, I think, pleasantly surprised at the growth. And then there's still challenges, even though when people get out, then you got to fight to keep everybody together. Right. So I try to do the group text thing every day and keep everybody communicating with one another, and just continuing to make sure that we're still close, even though everybody's growing.
All right, and I know how it is trying to raise some kids. So my last question would be: is anybody moving out the house, and are they getting along now?
I mean, at the end of the day, the Tankards love one another,
I know.
period.
Yeah.
Now, do we get on each other's nerves? Absolutely.
That's
family. But yes, family. So, I would say everybody is growing. I don't want to be a spoiler, but I think everybody will be proud of kind of the growth that's happening and some of the issues that the siblings have worked through.
All right. Well, I thank you. I tried to get a scoop out of it. She's a professional.
Right. So, reality TV. Now, were you prepared? Was your family prepared for all that entails?
Child, they might have been what I was.
Okay.
My husband was, because he's real transparent. And so I was ready as long as I felt like I was in control. But the minute it was a fragile moment or a vulnerable moment or a moment, and they're like, no, this is exactly what we want. I'm like, this is really hard. They're like, that's good. Because I used to be like, by faith, it's blessed. And, and it would be like, nah, I'm jacked up right now. So I had to get okay with that. And then when people responded to my authenticity, my vulnerable moments, I realized that being vulnerable was actually ministry.
Really good. So what's coming up? What's going on now?
So, I've got the Jewel Tankard show on Impact Network. It's doing really, really well. I just finished yesterday. I aired with an interview with Ricky Smiley, which was hilarious.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, you know that was silly. So yeah, we're creating and we're looking at creating some new content right now. And then I got the Millionaires Club. It's doing really well. Where women are joining all over the world. Where I teach financial education twice a month on a live webinar, and that has been going crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So where can they reach you?
Everything is Jewel Tankard. Everything.
Okay.
Everything. Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, everything.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Just find the jewel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank you so much.
See y'all later.
And I am here with Galandra out of the Chi. Yeah, Chi-Town is in the building. And we just want to get a quick take on how has your MegaFest experience been?
Well, this is my second time here, and this year was totally amazing. Like, it was awesome. I was blessed. I focused more on like the Woman Hour Loose sessions and the night sessions with prayer. I didn't do too much of the expo, maybe the concert, and that was it at the expo. But my purpose for coming here was to receive a word and to receive something fresh and new, and I feel so awesome and great and renewed. So that's why.
Praise God. We thank you for your time. You came to get a word.
Yes.
Got every chain broken.
Yes.
Can I prophesy?
Thank God.
Can I give you a word? Can I give you a word? Here's the word. Concrete Truth TV. All right, welcome again. We're live at the MegaFest with yours truly, the voice, D.L. Marshall, Concrete Truth TV, and we are with Jamaica, Sean, and Vivica. All right, and what we want you to do is tell our Concrete Truth TV viewers, how has your MegaFest experience gone?
Amazing.
Amazing?
Amazing.
Amazing in one word. Amazing. Vivica?
Life-changing, awesome.
Healed.
Healed, definitely. Just nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Sean?
It is the event of the year.
Event of the year. That's saying a whole bunch, all right? So what has been your standout experience or event that you've gone to?
That's hard. I think for me, because I'm a PK, I went to the Confession of PK with Cora. It was amazing.
All right.
Got liberated. It was awesome.
I'm a PK too. Go on, put it
you're
right
a PK.
there. We ain't the worst, man. All right, Sean, how about you?
One of the things that I love about MegaFest is it nourishes your spirit, your soul, and any of the other ambitions you may have. For example, PepsiCo, who helped sponsor this, sponsored one of the empowerment sessions, and it was awesome. They did a great job on it. So I got the spiritual side as well as the career dose.
All right, there you go. And we're going to roll it over with you.
I would say Biz Talk. We met a 12-year-old entrepreneur, and she started at the age of 4, and I'm always speaking into my nephew's life, telling them what they can be. So she said greatness start at home.
Yeah.
And of all the speakers, I think she said the best thing, greatness start at home.
And she's a millionaire, right?
Yes.
Boy, we wasted a lot of time. Well, ladies, we thank you for taking time out of your MegaFest experience right here with Concrete Truth TV, the voice D.L. Marshall. On behalf of Concrete Truth TV, D.L. Marshall, Sean, Vivica, Jamaica, we just say, hey, thank you for viewing. We're standing here with
Alfred Simon.
Alfred Simon, where you from?
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. All right, 3 more miles, 2 more exits. And let us know exactly how has your MegaFest experience been and what has been your anticipation time?
Man, it has been an amazing, amazing event. Me and my wife came here expecting to get empowerment for our business, expecting to get empowerment from our ministry. And let me tell you, we had an amazing time. This is my company, Empowerment Coaching. And when I tell you I got so much strategy and so much empowerment to go home with, I believe it's about to take us to our next level.
Thank you. I feel empowered already, man. I thank you for taking time out. Enjoy your time here in Dallas MegaFest. Once again, this is the voice D.L. Marshall with Concrete Truth TV.